Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the January 2022 CXC Mathematics past paper. And without further ado, we get right into it. Now here's question 1. It says, using a calculator otherwise, 1. Find the exact value of 8.9 added to 31.6 all over 0.75 multiplied by 5.4. Now, it would be perfect for a question like this if you simply just plug everything inside of your calculator. So with a calculator like this, the first thing I'm going to do is go for the fraction bar. And at the top, I'm going to have 8.9 added to 31.6. You use the arrow button to go down, and then you're going to have 0.75 multiplied by 5.4. And all you have to do is press the equal sign. So your exact value is actually 10. So we simply just put that there. Alright, so the exact value here is going to be equal to 10. Alright, and that's the end of that question. Let me just take this down a bit now. Part 2. The value of 3.9 tan 18 degrees correct to one decimal place. Once again, this is something for the calculator, so you can get 2 easy marks from your calculator. So you're going to put that in the calculator exactly as it is. So I'm going to have 3.9 multiplied by tan. You simply put the 18 inside of the bracket, close the bracket, and we press equal. Now remember, 1 is the one decimal place. So our one decimal place starting from the left would be 2. But if we look at the number to the right of 2, it is greater than 5. So you're going to have to round the 2 up one place. So when I round up one place, it is after 2 comes 3. Alright, so technically to one decimal place, it would be 1.3. Alright, so once again, you have gotten 2 marks there just from using your calculator. Alright, let's go to the next page and see what they're saying. Now, right here, realize that we have a consumer arithmetic question. Let's get right into it. It says Ria is paid at a rate of $13.50 per hour. During a certain week, she worked 40 hours. How much did she earn that week? Now, of course, this is straightforward, right? So you're getting $13.50 per hour. So here we could talk about probably her basic week, which is equal to 40 hours. So we can use that to find the basic wage. It's good to know the terms. So basic wage is equal to rate multiplied by basic week. And let me just simply explain what's going on here. You're working $13.50 per hour. You're working for 40 hours. Alright, so we know all we have to do is multiply the $13.50 by the 40 hours that she's going to work. That is going to tell me how much, and this is $13. Let me write that per hour. This is 40 hours. Alright, this will tell me how much money she's going to work in that 40 hours. And once again, this is something for the calculator. So I'm going to have $13.50 multiplied by 40. That's $540. Alright, once again, you have done one for the calculator, 540. And that would be your correct answer. Now let's take this down a bit and see what's going on. Alright, it says Ria worked 4 weeks in the month of August, and her gross earning was $2,463.75. Her regular week comprises 40 hours, and overtime was paid at time and a half. The hourly rate. Show that Ria worked 15 hours overtime in August. Alright, good. If Ria is working 4 weeks in the month of August, now of course the $540 that we have there is for 1 week. Alright, and that is his basic time. His basic hours would be 40 hours per week. So what we need to do is to find out how much he would normally work if he doesn't work overtime. Let us start with that for the 4 weeks. We basically have it for 1 week already. So I could call it basic earnings for 4 weeks. would be equal to 540, which is for 1 week, times 4. Alright, once again, make good use of your calculator. You already have that on it already, so you just multiply that by 4. That gives you $2,160. That is what he would get if he didn't work any time overtime, 2,160. Alright, so what does that tell me? That the overtime is equal to the total amount of money that he made, which is $2,463.75. Take away what he normally works without doing any form of overtime, which is 2,160. Once again, make good use of your calculator, guys. You can't go wrong here. So I'm going to have $2,463 and of course 75 cents minus $2,160. Alright, that's $303.75. So this is equal to $303.75. This is the amount of money he's working overtime. Now, when he works overtime, he's paid at time and a half, the basic rate. Now, so I need the overtime rate before I can do anything. So overtime rate is simply equal to time and a half, which is 1.5, or we can call it 1.5 multiply the basic rate. Now please remember that the basic rate was $13.50. So it's going to be multiplied by $13.50. Alright, once again, one more for the calculator. So I'm going to have 1.5, which is the same thing as 1.5, times $13.50. Alright, this is $13.50. And this is equal to $20.25. Now, what does this mean? It means that he's going to get this per hour. Let me not leave this off. This is how much he's going to get per hour if for the overtime. And in total, for the overtime, he worked $303.75. So how do I find the number of hours overtime? If you have a total amount of money and you have how much he's working per hour, then of course, simply to get the number of hours, you're simply going to divide how much money you made, which is $303.75, by how much you actually get for each hour, which is $20.25. Alright, now once again, you can't go wrong with the use of your calculator. So I'm going to have $303.75 divided by $20.25. This is equal to 15 hours. Alright, it was a proof question, so you can write proven, proven true. Or you could write QED, which means that which has been proven. Alright, it's all up to you. So once again, you realize what's going on here. You have to think about this just like when you think about real life. Do not try to use formulas. Try to use real life concept. Once again, what's the first thing I did? I tried to find out how much money he would have earned if he was working normally. His normally is that he's going to earn $540 if he doesn't do overtime. But he's working for 4 weeks, so we have to multiply that by 4. Alright, once we find the normal earning, it means that any other amount of money that he earns is automatically overtime money. So that's $303. Now, when he works overtime, he's paid at a higher rate. He's paid 1.5 more than what he normally paid on regular. So, overtime, you'd have to take the regular rate and multiply it by 1.5. That now give us the overtime rate. That's how much money he's getting per hour overtime. And we have the total amount of money that he made. So if we want to find the number of hours, we just simply divide the amount of money that he made by the amount he's getting per hour. That gives me the number of hours overtime. Alright, so you see, not so difficult at all. Alright, let's go to the next page. In August, 20% of Ria's gross earning was deducted as tax. Gross means everything that he got. Alright, the total amount of money that he got. was deducted as tax. How much money does she have left after the deduction? You have so many ways to work this. Alright, so first of all, let's go back for the total amount of money that he earned. The total amount of money, which is the gross, is 2,000, and gross, of course, is everything before tax. So that's 2,463, 2,463 and 75 cents. So 2,463 and 75 cents. Bear in mind that gross is before anything is taken out. Now we're here that 20% is taken out. Now you have two ways to work this question. We can find 20% of this number and subtract it from the total, which is this. But of course, that is going to be too complex. Always remember that whatever you have is 100%. So this is 100%. If I take 20% from 100%, I'm going to have 80% left. Alright, so if I simply want to find what is left, I simply find 80%, which is going to get me to the answer quicker. So it's going to be 80 over 100 multiplied by 2,463 and 75 cents. Alright, so let me explain that again. They took out 20%, whatever you have is 100%. They took out 20%. They don't want to know how much was taken out. They want to know how much you have left. If I take out 20% from 100%, naturally I'm going to have 80% left. So by finding 80%, I am directly finding what is left. Alright. Once again, this is one for the calculator to make your life easier. So I'm going to on my fraction bar, 80 over 100. Make use of your calculator. You go to the side, multiplied by $2,463.75. Alright, so that's going to be 1,771. So it's going to be $1,971, sorry, 1,971. And if I don't put on a number sign, it's not money. Alright, good so far. Now let's scroll down and see what's going on. Now the next question says, now Rhea invested $219 of his earnings for 3 years at a rate of 4.5% per annum simple interest. How much interest does she receive after 3 years? Now we'll go right into the formula. The simple interest is equal to the principal multiplied by your rate multiplied by your time all over 100. In this question, the principal is how much was invested, which is 219. The rate is 4.5%, and of course the time is 3 years, all over 100. This is a nice question to just put inside your calculator and make it work for you. So I go for the fraction bar. I'm going to have 219 multiplied by 4.5%, and that's a percent per annum, times 3, which means per year, all over 100. Equal sign. That's $29.57. Notice the rounding off here. Money can only have 2 decimal places. So I'm going to have to round off to 2 decimal places. So that's $29.57. So that's $29.57. Without the money sign, it is incorrect. Alright, let's go to the next page. Now here we're taking on some algebra, as you can see. And the question here is to factorize completely. Now, this is one of the kind of factorization that is basically the most basic concept. Start with the numbers. What is the highest common factor of 3 and 5? It's going to be 3. You have n squared and you have 15n. N is common, so you can take out an n. We can't take out a p because that's not common. Alright? Now, if I take out the 3, that's gone. You have n squared. You took out one of the n, so you have an n left. Now, 3 into 15 is going to give me 5. N is gone. So we're left with P. There's nothing else you can do with this, so this question ends right here. Question B shows a quadrilateral with the length of its sides written in terms of x. Alright, good, as we can see the quadrilateral here. Now, write an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of the quadrilateral. Now, one thing you should always know, perimeter means the distance around. So once you have an enclosed figure, to get the perimeter, you add every single thing going around. So I can say that the perimeter, just find all the sides and add them. 15 minus 2x, it doesn't matter where you start from, plus 3x minus 7, plus 2x plus 5, plus 2x minus 1. And this is algebra. You're looking for like terms. Alright, so if you want me to put them together, minus 2x plus 3x, carry the signs with them as well, plus 2x plus 2x. Alright, numbers now, 15, then you have minus 7, there's a minus in front of the 7, so it's a minus 7. Then you have a positive 5, then you have a minus 1. It's up to you. You can use the calculator. You can also use a calculator to add the terms containing x, because you don't actually add the x's, you add the coefficients. So we say negative 2 plus 3 is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So it simply becomes 5, and we put back the x there. Now with the numbers, I can do the same thing. I can say 15 minus 7 is going to give me 8. 8 plus 5 is going to give me 13. And 13 minus 1 is 12. So it's 5x plus 12. Alright? Once again, just look at the coefficient. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. We'll add back the x. Now 15 minus 7 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 minus 1, 12. And that's how we get the answer there. Now, we're told that the perimeter of the quadrilateral is 32 centimeters. Find the length of the longest side of the quadrilateral. So, first of all, let's see what happens here. Now, the perimeter, as we know it, is 5x plus 12. But they tell us the value of the perimeter is 32. So it means that this must be equal to 32, because they represent the same thing. Now, solving the linear equation is a positive 12. You carry it over, so it becomes 32 minus 12. So 5x is equal to 20. And then I'm going to have, I have 5x, so I need to get x. I divide both sides by 5. Okay, let me go back up here. Now, this is incomplete until I've put on the centimeter there. Don't forget that part. That is critical. So now I get x to be equal to 4. Alright, and this will be 4 centimeter. But I need to know what the longest side is. So let me go back up now. You have several different sides. So which side would be the longest side? Alright, now if you were to compare this, you have 15 minus 2x here. This would be 15 minus 2x. X is 4. So that's 15 minus 8 here. Now 15 minus 8 is 7. Alright, remember that. This side is 2x minus 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So these two sides are the same. You have 3x minus 7. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 7, of course, is 5. Then you have 2x plus 5. So 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 plus 5 would give me 13. Now, naturally, in this case, you realize that basically this, you can just look at it and know that the 2x plus 5 is longer than most of the other sides. But if you're not sure, you can check it just like how I check it. So you can say that the longest side, which is 2x plus 5, would be equal to 2 times 4 plus 5. And of course, 4 plus 5, 2 times 4 is 8. That's what I should say first. 2 times 4 is 8. And 8 plus 5 is 13. So the longest side is 13 centimeters. Alright, that's how you get your answer. Now let's go to the next page, which is to determine all the integers values of x which is satisfied by the inequality. Now, one of the things you should learn in maths is that the principles of mathematics never change. Now, persons are used to seeing one symbol like less than, and they work it similar to how you work an equation. So when you see two symbols, you have to work all parts in a similar way. In other words, if I multiply over here by 5, I have to multiply the middle by 5, and I have to multiply the other side by 5. That's how it works. I need to get to x. So I have 2 minus 4x all over 3. What is creating the first problem here is the 3. I can't do anything until I move that 3. But what is this 3 doing? The 3 is dividing. So to get rid of it, I'm going to have to multiply everything by 3. Alright, put by the sign there. Since I'm multiplying by a positive 3, it doesn't affect anything at all. 2 minus 4x all over 3, which is less than 5 times 3. Now this is going to cancel this. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. The symbols come back. 2 minus 4x is less than 15. Now what goes away? I need x. So of course I can't touch a minus 4 yet. I need to get rid of the 2, which is positive. So I'm going to subtract it. That also doesn't affect anything. So I have negative 3 minus 2. I take the 2 from here, so that's gone. Is minus 4x. And I'm going to have 15 minus 2. So this boils down to negative 4x is greater than negative 5, but less than 15 minus 2 is 13. That is good. Now here's where it becomes interesting. To get x, I'm going to have to divide by 4. Now whenever we divide by a negative, things are going to change. Because it's just like a real life principle. Think about it. 5 is greater than 4. But if I negate the two of them, if I divide both of them by a negative 1, I have negative 5 and I have negative 4. But negative 4 is greater than negative 5. So that's the principle we're using here. So whenever I divide by a negative, things are going to change. So negative 4x over negative 4 is going to cause a change in things. When I have 13 over negative 4, and I'm going to have negative 5 over negative 4. So all I'm going to be left with in the middle is x right here. I have 13 over negative 4, or I can just say negative 13 over 4. And negative over negative is positive. This is going to be 5 over 4. But we don't read things backwards. So all I have to take all of this and just flip it around. So all it really means is that x is greater than, because if you look at where the signs are going, is greater than negative 13 over 4, but is less than 5 over 4. And that is because the signs were reversed. And we can't read it from this. This is going to be an awkward way to read it, so it's simply turn it around. And that is how we get part C. Alright. Now please look out for my other video where you're going to be seeing the question 3 and 4 and so on.